in a way, yeah, it can trade maybe a little bit better. You can play back with Crypt Swarm, clear out waves. So you have a little bit more play. You can try to crush the Kunkka lane. It feels like it was mainly addressing that. And it can be a nuisance in longer fights if it does live long. Bait Mel.
I'm seeing red. And it's amazing!
Akash is saying, Armel, you're really kind during tournaments. And Armel's like, I'm just being professional.
Is that what he really said?
Yeah. Professional. Like, yeah, I'm just being professional. And
Oh,
Akash,
wow.
you're so kind for saying good luck, have fun. Have fun in return. It's
That's
like,
so cute. Whenever I translate South American, banter between them, it's always, I don't know if I should say it. That's always the thought that goes through my mind. It's such a cute little interaction. That's adorable, John.
oh, I don't know, like Southeast Asian banter tends to be really dumb. It's corny, I think is the way I'd put it. I was stuck in a spot to enforce, and we went on a tangent about my accent, and they start this Manila accent, which we call, we call the Coño accent, which I know is
Okay.
a bad word in Spanish, but it's Coño accent.
I realized. No, I wasn't thinking about that, but yes.
It's accent in Filipino. Then they just starting this whole bit about Starbucks, and that was it for like a good 5 minutes. I had to go out because I just couldn't process it over 6 hours of open quals going into that call. It was fun. My brain was too dead for it. But that's Filipino banter. Like, it's just kind of dumb.
Really?
In
That's
this-
good though. When I get in my pubs, the Filipino banter towards me is calling me every animal in the zoo. So that's not as fun.
Pub banter is very different.
I don't know if banter as much as desiring my impending death is the word I would use.
Click the tab. You open up, mute, and report, and you're good to go. As we're also good to go into this game, taking a look at mid.
Wow, that's good. You should be a host.
No, yeah, that's what I always do. I have to work with Michael Phoenix. You got to work a lot of angles with that guy. Yoa on the Kunkka, working his angles as well. And again, the DP feels like it's mainly just like trying to find an answer for this Kunkka. He's done some good damage onto Yoa. Overall, it still feel like Tidebrinker does a pretty good job in just winning out these trades, but Crypt Swarm's fairly spammable. Down the line, you can threaten with a Spirit Siphon. X is not going to be the best solution to try to hold back. It's a solution, X Torrent, but takes some levels. Yoa doing a good job of landing that Torrent. And, well,
That's
Armor?
very good. No. That was very impressive, though. I like that about Yoa. I actually think this matchup is not as bad as it used to be. Because before... Sorry, I just watched Ponyo get run down by Q on top. Akashi just got level 2, so he's fine now because he has Thirst. And Q's not going to block. Before, the Spirit Siphon being percentage-based hurt the Kunkka a little more. Now you're supposed to also use it on creeps sometimes to help you out. It's relatively easy to disengage as you're seeing because Yoa's just good and you kind of have to be linear about it. The healing of the Spirit Siphon is more important than the damage you deal with the Kunkka these days.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. I think this should be maybe a little bit more straightforward, but we'll see. Rune control is going to be a big part. Again, we emphasize that with Talon. They always love trying to give Yoa as much as possible. This is a matchup that isn't as dire for him, so it should be a lot more even coming out. You can take a look at the bot lane after taking a peek at that top for a bit. You've got 23 on his signature Faces Void, along with all Phoenix up against yes on his Tim playing tag.
What? He has reactive armor, John! There's a boy did reactive armor! I'm level 2, John!
This is different. Probably yes.
Jonathan, what is happening here?
It's a shift. Maybe not wanting to cop free harass from 23. And maybe feeling like he needs a little bit more regen. I think he's dealt with these Phoenix lanes enough that he does feel the need for some source of regen. So I'm probably just leaving that at the value point of 1. I'd be very surprised though if WS goes 2 points in. That's the moment to be surprised at.
No, but point 1 is so bad, John. You gotta go for the second point at the very least. No,
Yeah.
choke. 6 swell just to secure that. That looked very ridiculous. It was a really good play. It's important to secure those lotuses.
That is. Nice little pickup. And the lane's going a little bit slower outside of that kill top. Anyo might hurt again.
Yeah, it's gonna be... Akashi's just leaving his partner to die. This is why Rubik and Bloodseeker were traditionally very good, because Bloodseeker can't really help his support once he's getting gone on, and Rubik is among the better supports at surviving. but against Naga, not really the case.
It's a little bit trickier. This is the one area they're bleeding out on. You are finding some good farm for Akashi still, at a really, and that does allow a little bit of a top up for Yoe. So,
Oh, bottom, Inkswell. 23 doesn't have the time walk for another 4 seconds. They might actually be able to kill him. Whirling Death in a bit. Oh, 4 more seconds. Time walk is available though. 23 is alive. And now WS may bit off a bit more than he could chew here. Getting a tangle, a little bit of healing. Only starts to hurt him, but there's no support rotation or anything like that, so he'll be fine. No point in Timber Chain made it very difficult for him to catch up to this void.
yeah, that's a sacrifice he makes for going that value point of the reactive. Savage still finding some decent farm down bot, but not as smooth going as the past games. A little bit more of a struggle early on, which is to be expected.
They're
Yes.
committing again, though. Nope, that's it. WS is done. I think he realized he's not tanky enough to go under tower, nor speedy enough to catch up to them. Mid though, Armel is going to chase down Yoe, and Yoe has no way to disengage this time. He's going to die to the Crypt Storm. That was very easy for him.
He's reached that point. Level 3 Spirit Siphon. Good amount of damage coming out. Good sustain to the tower. And that's the one thing. Like, X cooldown is way too long. Spirit Siphon way too spammable. So that is the point where the Conquer starts to feel a little bit in pain. 3-0 for Aurora. Good notes to start off with. And with 5 down, can't really rotate Conquer the mid to try to support. They need all these lanes intact. And they will cut off the aggression of WS again. He does have that value point in chain now, so he will leave reactive at 1.
I can't believe this. This does not feel that good.
It's a little bit of armor, I guess. A little bit of HP.
5 armor, right, at max stacks. 3 HP regen. You could have bought a Ring of Protection and a Ring of Regen, and you'd be more or less the same. WS, he's gonna die regardless of those 10 stacks. Oh, never mind, that was wrong. I will never doubt you again, John. That armor saved his life. What a god. What a god among men. You're so right. Valley point. Who needs a chain though when you get reactive armor?
Yeah. Why spend the gold?
That's true. So much value early.
Sacrifices must be made.
Joka might die though. The Rebel May still available. Oh, Joka? Ah, so close. But no cigar. It's a little bit difficult to tell where the brambles are when it's still being formed.
Yeah. And some decent punishment. 4-0. Keeping that momentum up on Aurora. Talon, they're going to need to sit back. Just wait. Again, the supports can't move anywhere because of these side lanes and the way they're set up. You are getting the farm you'd want. Akashi, well, only Akashi's getting the farm he'd want. Everyone else is kind of suffering right now, which is not what you want to see. Jab's still going to be able to recover anyway on the Naga.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like Talon's getting that start they'd want to build in. Aurora is definitely getting the start they'd want. They can start to play around, threaten with the Exo once they get the value point from Armel. You have Savage who can transition into the jungle, working onto the Midas along with the Maelstrom. Nobody else hasn't been able to really threaten onto him anytime recently, so it's fairly smooth going there.
Yeah, Armel's committing here. Oli doesn't have the Icarus die, but Akashi does not want to go in. Ponyo is going to sacrifice his life here, and the exorcism is here for the tower. Akashi looks in the distance, longingly at his tower that used to be.
Just has to leave it alone. Yoa not making any moves out as well. Does not want to find under the Exo. Just looking to shove in mid just a little bit. Not really going to find any substantial damage. I'm surprised you're not capitalizing on this bot lane. Like, you've got that level 6 up on Yoa. Maybe waiting for the next power rune first. But this is a little bit less activity out from Yoa early on. Normally this is about at 6 minutes he'd be off somewhere else. Just not finding that. Instead opting to just clear stacks, build stacks, just kind of grow bigger, scale up more.
Okay, let's look at plans then for Talon. This time they have a better lineup, so they have people to play around. So what is your strategy? Who is it that you play around? Is the Timber Saw early? Do you smoke for kills with him?
Would be. Once he hits 6, I think that's what's holding him behind here as well. And burst damage is a little bit lacking. And again, I'm just a little bit surprised Yo is playing a lot more passive. Like, not opting to jump around, not opting to try to run forward, play with his boat. There are some good boards to tell that movement, and they do spot Yo running across the river. They should back off on Savage for some time, but again, he's just going into the triangle, not going all the way across. This passive pace, I don't think it favors Talon. I think it feels pretty good for Aurora. You're farming up just fine on 23, Jabs, and Armel. You're getting that space you want. You've got the extra room to invade up top of the tier 1 gun. Talon don't have that push lined up for themselves. And if Talon's gonna play this way, then they're waiting for those initial items, like the Maelstrom and Bloodseeker, Maelstrom DPD. You're waiting for the Blade Mail on Yoe. Soul Ring for WS, so no Fire Rush. He hasn't stomped this lane either, so he's bottomed that word. Not good tones. I haven't seen Talon in this kind of position in a while, but it usually means a very, very awkward start for that aggression that they love to pull out here.
So you don't envision something similar happening to the first game of the series, where they just hit their stride at one moment and start dominating, like we're trying to see here. Yo, Ghost Ship has been committed. This is for the Phoenix. The Inkshell Stun will also guarantee this kill. WS actually managed to deny himself to the neutrals, and Akashi has joined. But Armel is a difficult kill for the Bloodseeker. Has to be, has to be very careful with not overcommitting and getting baited by that healing. So they're gonna have to let them go. It's gonna be offlane for a support, even though they don't get the kill or the goal from the offlane. Still seems like a win for Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, you do get a little bit of gold injection onto Talon. That's your first kill. It's a pretty important one to find. They force out Exo, which is a bigger deal. So Armel's not going to be able to threaten for the push for the next 2 minutes, which buys more time for Talon to get this build-up they'd want on their Bloodseeker and on their Timberthaw, which, again, is lacking this game from WS. It's not that insane game where he's just max out Whirling Death, Timber Chain, a massive threat to everyone, has the Kaya Blink. Nah. He only has Arcane Boots, Soul Ring.
Yep.
I feel like they found their foundations yet. Like, we were expecting a little bit more of the Inkswell combos from Jokam. Not coming out. At the very least, Talon speed is not massive, but 1k up and Jabs being #1 in that word on the Naga is concerning. Ramp up into Manta, into Heart is not too far-fetched. Maybe the Orchid stop off first. And, I don't know, like this Naga does feel like it's gonna be a problem. Just because it doesn't feel like WS is anywhere near where he's usually at this point in the game for Talon.
No, that's very true. And without him, they have to kind of play around Yoe instead. Doesn't even have his own Blade Mail, so it makes it hard because you have a bunch of people that are pretty much in recovery mode at this point. Yoe was forced to go for a lot of these intermediate items, like the bracers, the bottle, etc., which has delayed this timing considerably. WS might want to commit for 23 stacks. This chrono available. This is a very strange play if you want to tell, honestly. Maybe they just want to try to force out the chrono. They know he doesn't die because he has the 1-point active armor, right? So obviously he's unkillable.
Absolutely so. Unkillable.
Rubik stole a time walk at least. that's interesting.
There's the chrono.
There we go. Oh, the Sun Ray goes right through that reactive armor, John. They figured out the way to deal with Timbersaw.
That was an interesting way to try to connect. I mean, you see Yoe finally make his way bot, but I don't know what they were trying to do with that kind of jump in from WS. Talon not finding anything. Lead grows for Aurora, 6-1, 3k net worth lead now. So everyone else on Talon's end, at least matching like Armel and 23, but no one near what Jabs has achieved, which is where the strength of the Naga lies. It's just a really good farmer with how big the map is. There's so many camps, so much farm to find. Kachi at least has the Maelstrom, but you're probably not playing until the BKB. You're just gonna have to sit and wait.
Yep, that's a big time for Bloodseeker. It's just how it goes. He does farm fast at least, so this new map is good for the Bloodseeker, but I don't feel like his 40-minute mark is that scary, honestly. He always also, instead of rushing the Ags, notice he's going for the shard, by the way. He got an earlier activation.
Yeah, I mean, he's too far behind to try to rush the Ags. He just needs a Tidal Wave to try to reposition. Tidal Wave plus Rupture is a funny combo, I suppose. Whenever that comes out, can be
that's true. It's a little bit of damage. It's not that impressive, but it's there. X plus Rupture is also a combo, by the way, if you don't send him back far enough. Akashi, he kills the Phoenix right in the middle of his Icarus dive. Really well played there. Ruptured him when he was closest to him, so that way he got the max distance without being able to stop the dive.
Nice.
Very dangerous to make this play.
100% more kills now for Talon, 6-2.
You're really into the maths today, huh? This is your shtick. Is the unhinged and the math is the two things for you today.
Yes, that's the well, it's the copium, right? If you say one more kill, it doesn't sound as good. 100% more kills sounds a lot better.
All right, that's true actually. When you look at this. Oh no, I was gonna say nobody has 100% kill participation. Everyone's failing already, John. They're all only at 50% on Talon.
Not a passing grade. Can you do this game?
Yes, it is. What? This is in Spain. It is.
75% passing.
No, 50 no, 50 is passing where I come from. Hell, 40 is passing depending on the school you went to.
I have no idea. In my school, it's like if you don't get 75%, that's technically a fail.
Oh my god, I didn't know you were such a high or intelligent person, high class, whatever.
Our school was just that way. I have no clue. I almost.
How did you end up as a caster, John? You had so much potential.
Series of very bad life decisions, Avo.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay.
Starting with meeting Michael Phoenix.
that 5 a.m. rave after party in Australia didn't really suit you, did it?
Yeah, it didn't. That 10 p.m. cast on my game and meeting him in the lobby. The biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah, that sounds like a more you story, to be fair. Mike is the crazy one. You're a more sensible person. Can we talk about builds for a second? Because I lied with Shard. He always actually decided to go straight for the heart. What do you think of this?
I think it's understandable considering the game. They want to kind of try to bulk up, get the front line, and WS is also going durability. Right, he hasn't gone. He is queuing up pipe as you know we were expecting up against this heavy magic damage. He's trying to mitigate some of that for the team, but again, it just leads to no play. Even out the net worth at the very least in Talon. The only outlier is again jabs, but that's to be expected on the Naga. Smoke out from Aurora, trying to find some movement up top. Jokan could be the target here. Not the one they want.
But it's a target. He'll take it at this point. I mean, he's happy with at least disturbing the smoke here. Very interesting build. Okay, I mean, he's dead. They also killed Ponyo in another side of the map, but that one was a freebie. They committed the chrono. Interesting.
I mean, they're looking at this map right now. Aurora, they see Talon's not going to be grouping up in one network.
Well, yeah, then they were. Oh, that was not that well timed. I think he got a little bit overzealous. When you're very excited to get a kill, I'm not joking about this, it's not sarcastic. It's kind of hard to time your torrent into ghost ship combo. You just want to stun him as soon as possible, right?
Yeah. Miss out on that opportunity. Savage goes back like nothing happened. Full HP back for him. So, all in all, favorable for Aurora. They're grouping up mid. They've got the Exo. Shield rune up as well for Armel. Tower's going to fall with no defense. They're going to try again onto Savage, but they're showing on the map. He knows they're grouped up there. You can't find that. 8-2 going the way of Aurora. Talon, maybe they find a bot tier 1 for their trouble. Fortified to stall. Akashi, BKB only the recipe away. And that could be the point where they start playing. But he is surrounded here.
Yeah, he is. But the same person 4 times, that person's enough. With a little bit of Kagebunshin there. And now, time to take the tier 2 tower.
A little bit more time. Exo. The hand ghosts are disturbing. Just realize how disturbing that model is to me.
Was it?
Why?
It seems more appropriate, right?
I mean, I prefer actual tiny ghosts.
I thought the fishies were the most disturbing. We had a question, you know, if fish have ghosts, right? Do all animals have ghosts? I killed a lot of roaches, John, in my life. I feel like,
well,
if I'm gonna be haunted.
In the Buddhist faith, then everything has a soul. You can reincarnate as a bug, as a plant, as a microorganism. If you're in a very strict sect, I think that.
Can they also be vengeful? These souls?
They can. Okay, this is tying into something I watched recently. I watched a film about reincarnation. Okay. Using, I believe, at the very least, Neo-Confucian values, maybe tied into Buddhism. So I'm not 100% sure. It's all very tangentially related to this game now. At 6K lead coming out for Aurora.
Well, my real question though is, if there's vengeful spirits and insects can be vengeful spirits, do you think this Rubik and Crimson will ever get revenge this game on Aurora? Or will they be squashed at the bugs they've been performing as?
I think eventually, if they can play off the back of at least one core, we'll get something. Right now, there's no play. Smoke's broken.
My gosh, that was a chrono with the supernova, and that is not what they were looking for as the team fight. However, they kind of make it work with the Faithful. The double Faithfuls here deal a lot of damage to the Savage. He's surviving just barely thanks to the Sun Ray, and just that they lacked the last bit of damage because the Bloodseeker was nowhere to be found. Akashi finally comes here, but everyone's full HP. It's not the cleanup crew you think you are, and the song prevents the cleanup crew from doing their job. They fall fast asleep. This night shift is unsuccessful. That was such an awkward team fight. I don't know if unfortunate would be the word I'd use, because they smoked under a ward and they got seen by them immediately, but it was not good.
Not good at all. If you had the Bloodseeker for double rupture, you probably would have gotten that kill on Savage. It looked decent. The damage flying out was big, but it's a literal what can you do moment. Akashi's elsewhere. He doesn't want to join in until BKB's up. And that is the smarter play. So you miss out. 9k lead for Aurora, 12-2. Drops down to 8k, but Jabs has full control in this game. All farmed up on the Naga. Yeah. Talon, again, reminiscent of game 2. They don't have play right now.
It's kind of scary because the Naga feels like the real carry, and then the Void is just there for initiation, and this stops any sort of plays the Bloodseeker can make, right? Because he sucks against the Chrono, but he's okay against Void, and he sucks against Naga as well, or he struggles in general against Naga, especially when he's 5k behind. Yeah. It's rare to see a Bloodseeker falling behind by this much. He's a very fast farmer.
And he is, but he had a atrocious time up top, and cleared out top jungle very well. So they deny that area quite nicely. And inside of Talon, Mjolnir is going to be a good start. I don't know about this blink for Akashi. I feel like it might be unnecessary. I think just going in as a heavier core is the play. Like Mjolnir into maybe a little bit more armor to survive through would be the call. As they catch out Jokam, another insect crushed Avo.
Yeah, but does he have a soul, bro? That's the question, John.
Another soul sent back into the eternal cycle of enlightenment.
That's true. In Buddhist faith, is it when you turn into an insect? Is that a punishment, like in Hinduism, or is it just exist?
I don't clearly remember the defined differences of that. I'm not sure if it's closer to Hinduism. I think not, because there's levels of enlightenment, right? And if you attain enlightened status, you become like a bodhisattva, kind of really teaching others, like a saint, basically.
Oh, I see.
Might be levels to it. I forget. The fun thing is I learned most of that through art history, which I had to study, not through any actual study.
This is why you became a caster. I understand now. This makes perfect sense.
I took up animation, couldn't draw, and that's where all the mistakes began, Avo.
I see. Then you met Michael Phoenix.
And then I met Michael.
He actually used to be your art teacher, isn't it? Akashi?
It's the lore.
Oh, they actually find the DP. This is a really good kill. He also is disturbing them. Ghost ship though, pretty well timed with the blood right. That's gonna be enough to kill off Armel. As Akashi runs between two heroes and gets the double rupture off. Jabs a song, prevents him from initiating. And Jabs TP's leaving his Void behind. 23 Savage now scouring to safety in the trees.
Yes.
Activating his own BKB. Time block. Now he TPs, but he finally came off cooldown. They have no way to cancel his TP. Didn't X him either because the duration was too long. And Q is going to be the sacrificial lamb here for Aurora. Doesn't really matter though. They wanted the kill. They wanted big kills. They wanted the Savage and the Jabs. Not going to find them. Bashes? Nope. Roche is clearly on one side, and that's Aurora's.
Oh, it bashes WS right as he pops out now.
Yeah.
They find some big kills, Talon. They actually get some play there, so props to them. They find 2 decent kills. They force out the BKB on Savage. And again, this is what we're talking about as a launching point. Having this Bloodseeker be willing to join these fights with the BKB is a pretty big deal. Didn't even have to pop that BKB in that last engagement. So there is play coming out. They just need to connect these spells and start connecting with each other. BKB on Yoa was forced down, so down to the 8-second charge, but still long enough to provide that much protection in these engagements. Roshan is being taken by Aurora though. Talon, they've got to have a read on this. They don't have a scan available. but this is going to be a big one to take. I don't know if you can deal with 2 lives on any one of these heroes. They will smoke out for this.
I'm presuming Savage or Jabs. Probably Jabs, honestly, considering how much it's he's having. Alright. He's probably not likely to die, so I guess they give it to Savage instead. Savage gets hurt by the torrent into that blood, right? Yoe does not care. There's nothing to follow up here. He did have to go for BKB, which means no Torrent Storm, no Power Spike here. At least they have the Shard and Grimstroke, so that will help a lot against Naga.
He does. They find a good Soul Bind here into the double Rupture and double Fade Vault again. I could open this up, maybe even find Pickoff. Maybe not the 2 lives for the Chrono up. Oh!
Well, that was very good Chrono, actually. Cut the 2 most important targets. Immediately into the Supernova. Yoe though survives this whole onslaught, but gets killed right after the Crush. Still come also back to the backlash as we Savage first hit Bash. Ponyo will be the next victim. And Aurora once again get a good team fight going their way.
A really sick Chrono coming out from Savage, finding the 2 cores, isolating them. The 2 cores that can really play there, cutting off that area as well for WS to jump into. And again, when it comes to this Chrono, you don't really have a Chrono answer on the side of Talon. As you said, the Bloodseeker does not do well in there. At least it doesn't die, but you're not able to take that follow-up fight. Or widen the lead up to 10k, 17-4. And again, looking in fine form. Talon just hoping to play back, wait for this opening, trying to go for the blink to Mikashi. I suppose with a quick blink reaction, being caught out by the Cronus a little bit harder, and then you can try to play off the back of that. His damage is starting to scale up with a full Mjolnir up at the very least. I'm wondering if at some point Mikashi could consider the Ags. I think he'd probably prioritize something like a Basher AC first.
Yeah.
Pipe Dream right now.
It's a rough game for Ags, right? You kind of need your HP to be a little bit larger. You need to be having a bit bigger lead, right? When you're 6k behind, Ags and Bloodseeker does not feel very good. Also, if you notice how Bloodseekers play these days, like Gaming, for example, is one of the few teams that plays them consistently, and you always pick a secondary core to play around, and you don't really have that. Timbersaw and Kunkka are both kind of the same 7-core role here. At least how they're played these days.
Pretty much. I think that I was thinking more about the Ags and trying to get the barrier up from clearing out the Legions. So you get into the Tourist, it adds in, you get a little bit more HP to play with.
Wait, what? You get a barrier from clearing illusions?
I mean, from proccing Tourist, right?
No, Thirst doesn't proc illusions.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I'm a Bloodseeker spammer. Sorry to tell you that plan is not going to work. It's a good idea, though. I think that makes sense, but it doesn't work. Yeah. That's why I was also mentioning the HP thing as well, because like if you have 2k HP on Bloodseeker, you get Ags, you get 1k HP. It's nice, but it's not a crazy amount either when you consider it.
Yeah. High ground begins, Exorcism's up. Chrono in a few seconds. Talon needs to find something to do here.
Yeah, what is it though? Oh, okay, they almost tried the combo. Telekinesis will be the makeshift combo. Armel's fine though. There's the X I was talking about, by the way. Less than 1,200 units, I believe. Then they will proc a little bit of extra damage on Rupture. It was cute, John. It was very cute. They got a little bit of damage on the DP, now just gonna heal it all back up. Void, maybe, brought back to the Inkstorm. They missed the combo, but they got him with that tidal wave. Nice BKB by 23 Savage saving his life. And we see an Ags on Joka. This could actually be a turning point.
Yeah, it's a big one. Dark Portrait Illusion coming out. Can help them in a massive way. You already have the Naga at least running around here, so you have some... it's the highest farmed hero. It's actually pretty high value for Portrait Illusion to find. And some good scouting. The pokes are pretty painful. Savage
oh my god. Oh, that was very close.
Hey.
You know, there's also psychological damage to this Axe because you're copying the Naga, not the Void, right? Which shows who the real carry is. Obviously, this hurts Savage's ego.
The ego damage is not something you easily recover from, I suppose.
Except Savage. I think this guy's immune after Riyadh, to be honest with you.
He's been immune. Yeah, I feel like he's been sturdier than most. He's confident. Yeah.
Okay. This go actually by both though. That was really good setup by the Torrent and the Ghost Ship. The Inkswell should pop. There we go. TP is cancelled. Jabs did not consider that Inkswell. And I send it back with the Crow for the save him. There's the stolen song by Ponyo. Makes this Chrono useless, and they can still fight around it, perhaps. They're still vulnerable. They hit the Torn perfectly here. WS as well, as much damage as possible. Go for Jabs. On the style, the Chuck should kill him regardless. Jabs is down, and now it's 23 Savage's turn to retreat or fight here. He's trying to kill the Illusion first, but he's gonna get bursted by the Illusion by WS. And the Inkswell on the Illusion goes for Q. They will get the stun up. Should be able to guarantee this kill. The Shell Round does not last forever. Bring it back. Here's the cookie for WS. As Akashi still chasing down Oli. But Oli, actually, he beats him. Oh my god, Oli does not have TP. They don't know where he is though. They can't figure it out. Where is Oli? Point at the screen. Where is Oli?
There you go.
There you go. That took him a while to figure out he could go into the pit. But that is finally a dead Phoenix. There's no TP, so it's just delaying the inevitable. Oh my god. That was very close though.
What did you hope to gain from that?
Yeah, that's a good stall. And that's a good team fight. Talon finally finding something. Great steals from Ponyo, great Inkswell coming out from Jokan, buying the fight.
And also great combo Yo in the beginning, calculating exactly the torrent with the Ghost Ship.
Oh yeah. Managing to get that, nailing it, ensuring Jabs doesn't run off. And just forcing Aurora into a spot he didn't want to be in. They lose some of that lead, 4k lead only standing for Aurora. And Talon getting a little bit of play out. So we're starting to get some utility out. They've got the BKB for WS finished up. Sight of Vice not too far off, and that's the hard control they're going to want. Yoe going back for the Ags now, and bypassing that part we were talking about earlier for BKB. And Ags only about 1,000 gold away. I'm assuming he already has that full point booster up. So things are starting to line up. So with that utility kicking in, the Ags and Jokan doing a lot of work. It's Bloodseeker. It's not the best scaling hero, but it can do work. But you still have to respect it. I'm wondering what the level 20 talent he's going to be eyeing here.
I think Rupture Cast Rage, right?
Yeah, if he's not bothering with eventual like Ag's Blessing even, then just go for the cast range.
But he is considering it though, otherwise it wouldn't take this long.
Yeah, he goes for it. There you are.
Okay.
X. Oh, just still X. Allied X. Just resetting here for EOA on the way back. Smoke out Aurora. They've got Chrono ready. They've got that full complement of team fight here.
Joe. 23 does not get Carmen. What's that the BKB? This could be a chance. It could be a little bit of a mess up. It's just there's still time dilation. That's not what we want to steal. WS sees the opportunity, and there's the sight with another illusion. Ran out of time though. No blink on Yoe, so he can't get close fast enough. Rupture on 23 Savage. Forced to use the Chrono. Ghost. In addition to the Rupture damage, sending him back. Silence still. 23 Savage is dead. From behind, WS. He's actually surviving through this thanks to his BKB. He's gonna make it out of here alive. Armel's chasing after him. Akashi chasing after Armel. Who's gonna win this chase in the end? They're gonna concentrate only instead. And Talon get another team fight going in their favor.
And they finally Zoka thinks really quick reactions out from WS to blink out as that jump in comes from Savage. And such an early BKB pop. I think knowing that there was a Hex, checking that inventory of WS, but he doesn't find that opening anyway. Too much mobility on WS, and maybe that's where some of the issues come out for Aurora. It doesn't feel like you want to actually start these fights with Chrono. It's got to be something like Jabs running up, getting a stable end snare, forcing out the BKBs, and then coming in for the cleanup with that hard control. But the Void just doesn't manage to keep up. And Talon narrowing that lead down to only 2k. Basically, most of that gold just riding on Jabs for the most part. You still have some slight advantages for 23 and Armel in comparison to Yoe. But the only one that really stands out now is just Jabs. You've recovered nicely on Akashi. You've recovered nicely on WS. And we actually have a game. You know, there's some competition out here.
Yeah, it's actually looking okay. I mean, I agree with you on the points on the Bloodseeker, but you can't underestimate the amount of team fight that Talon has, of course, right? So the question now is how do they make this work into the late game? They have a lot of options, and I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is the right one. But it's not over just yet. Q, by the way, just bought Mask of Madness together with Aghanim Scepter. It looks like a puck, but this is the build that they love to do.
Like, I like this. This is a good correction from what Savage did when he ran this. I was very I was watching that. I was like, Savage, you do not play Turbo. You do not know the Dark Willow build.
I
It's
actually think
just
Savage built that really well. I disagree with you. I actually think he played that game poorly, but he built really well.
Yields were redundant. Either or. You didn't need
Maybe.
both.
Okay.
Plus, maybe way too many defensive items, not enough damage. Like that, you
There's-
just go attack speed, go for a Moon Shard, maybe a Witchblade, and you're pretty happy in that Dark Willow. Smoke out from Talon.
There's
Onto
the
this
Ag
crit-
Akashi, by the way. No. Oh, the Hex is going to be first used on the Phoenix to prevent the Egg. Keep him stunned, keep him silenced, keep him killed. Oh! The Yo Scepter saves his life. And then the Supernova. This becomes a tougher team fight for Talon to take. As the Chrono has been committed, but oh, they did not coordinate that well. They got stuff on his soul by now to come a Rupture as well. And Yo finished up 43 Savage. Armel still ruptured, by the way, has to deal with WS. Now hexed up as well. Where's the extra damage though? Where are they coming from? They just routed the rest of this team as the Bloodseeker does not succeed in stopping this TP. So in the end, they don't get the kill on Armel they were looking for. And they do lose Yoe in the process. But they do at least get 23 Savage.
Yeah, they forced the buyback. Roshan is up. They need to win this one out on the side of Aurora, but no Egg, no Exo, no Song, no Chrono. It's a risky one to actually force into this Rosh. Talon, again, they don't have the longest cooldowns to wait for. Even with the respawns coming in, you're nowhere near having any of these spells back up on Aurora. See if that's something they'll consider here on Talon. Rosh is being taken. The scan is out, and the scan finds Talon as well from Aurora.
Be careful with that blood right. You can't disrespect that silence into the Hex as well. And it's still lacking. They just sent the illusion in. Dingso won't succeed this time. There's no Chrono though. And the illusion is still going. Armel, what are you gonna do against this Nagasari? Just can't. Your teammate's killing you, and Armel is gone. Jokam getting that kill. The Roshan not liking Akashi though. Jazz comes from behind, wanting to finish out his Bloodseeker. Does BKB Akashi getting away. Gotta turn off that Blood Mist, my friend. There we go. Dingso for a little bit extra movement speed, but they catch him with the Yols at the end of his BKB. He'll still survive though. The healing from Inksoul keeps him alive, and Talon lived to see another day.
They get a big kill on Armel. It's still Roche set up here for the side of Aurora, but you do have Yoe around. Pinks are up top. They know this is going to be happening. Aegis chooses to be given away of Aurora. The damage is there. The damage is good. I mean, Q is just applying quite a bit as well on top. We'll take that. Savage has grabs boat for now. Should be passing that cheese on down the line. Talon. I mean, all things considered, even with that Aegis up, they equalize the game, even after 21-12 deficit, less than 1k lead coming out for the side of Aurora. Win probability still heavily in Aurora's favor at 68%, but again, we're seeing some openings coming out for Talon. Akashi, working towards that Basher, should fix some of those issues he's having and keeping heroes in place. And with the full Ags up on Yoe, all of this AoE control, and they're finding these openings, right? They're preventing this really fast usage of the egg on Ollie, making it a little bit awkward to find a good position. And they get these soul binds off to cut off Savage from trying to maximize the Chrono as well. They're finding some very small openings in town, but they're making it work. Aurora, I still feel like they still have this great scale, right? It still has this easy execution if they start these fights on their own terms. The issue is Talon is the one aggressing right now. They are responding, and it makes it a lot harder to find these ideal circumstances for yourself here.
That's actually a very good point, right? Whoever takes the... in both these lines, whoever takes the initiation has such a humongous lead because of how they... the big combos they've drafted or how they're playing. You can even argue that Talon as itemized that way, right? The Blink Dagger on Bloodseeker to me seems partially to take advantage of this incredibly good ink swell.
Oh.
And then... okay, there's the barrier. Let's see how much the barrier does. Oh, okay, well, if you activate KB, we don't get to see it. And the Blood Mist. Please leave me alone!
Yeah. Just wants to run away.
That was really good link. Oh, that's fun.
They do at least waste a BKB charge, but it's not the biggest deal now. Get some split push going here with WS clearing out bot. So it equalizes the game in a pretty good mark. Like, you basically have a mirror map now on both sides after an atrocious start for Talon. Like, now they're at the same position in terms of map control, in terms of map state, and in terms of net worth. Like, I actually did not foresee this coming. I thought it was just over once the high ground began. Ever the optimist.
I don't think it's Yeah. Now that I'm looking at this game at this state, it doesn't feel like maybe we underestimated how much talent can play into this late game versus the team fight when we were discussing it earlier. Honestly, they look even this Bloodseeker. You did say we don't have to underestimate his scaling, but I did not expect he would do this well. Honestly, still very impactful. Just Rupture alone, and he's gonna go Refresher eventually, which is always the late game itemization for Bloodseekers these days, because you get 4 Ruptures and then team fights become real difficult.
Oh yeah, and you'll basically be able to catch almost everyone. 2 on Soulvine, +1/+1.
Yep, that's true. That's everyone actually.
Yeah, with refresh, you don't even need to pop the extra charge, so you're gonna feel pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I don't think that's the goal right away. Rupture everyone. I think you have to use it on the right targets.
With Storm, with the Z-axis moving, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that would actually be extremely funny. That would actually
Maybe
be
not
really
best.
funny.
It's as funny as hell. I live for fun.
I'd pay to watch that. I agree.
Don't forget the tidal wave with the Torrent Storm.
Right, here's the plan, right? You Soulvine 2, right? You rupture those 2, then you manage to rupture everyone else in that team fight. Torrent Storm on top of that, while you tidal wave all 5 heroes through the Torrent Storm. So they move both on the Z-axis and on the X-axis.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's it. That's an easy execution. I don't know why you even doubted this team. It's so anyone can pull that off.
Invisibility.
Surely. I see it in my turbo games all the time.
Yeah. I mean, Rupture is a point-and-click ability. You literally can't miss this ability.
Yeah, you certainly shouldn't. It does happen sometimes. At really least, Akashi should have the Basher flying out, so replace that wand. It's the wand too precious to let go.
Oh,
it
wow.
is.
Salvage.
Wants to hold on to the buyback.
I do think something we didn't consider as well. I mean, we did note how important this was, but something that's making Talon's late game look much more impressive is the Ags on the Grimstroke. The choice to rush that was really, really good.
It's just, again, you just stick it onto that Naga Siren, and with all the farm in the world that Jabs has, it's going to hurt his own team in big ways. We do get a pause, and this hurts everyone in a big way. As we know, PC lag.
PC lag. Sorry.
All caps. The guy, something always has all caps while he's actually playing the game. I do not understand. I've seen I can't remember on like Army Geniuses or on TNC if this was the case, but every time right now when there's a pause, his all caps is on. It's an interesting thing.
I think it says a lot about a person the more they use all caps. It is a button on my keyboard that I can tell you I've never used in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
You never use caps lock?
No.
I use it in place of
on
shift.
purpose.
Like if instead of shifting on capitals, I sometimes just caps lock because my pinky is right there. You know, it's a
I can see that. That's a use, but the idea of like talking in all caps to someone, right? I mean, I guess sometimes when I want to like bold a word or be like emphatic, right? But it's not a common thing for me to speak in all caps. But a lot of people where English is their second or third language, for some reason, speak in all caps very often. Which is, to me, the equivalent of, you know, when I don't know if they do this in your culture, but in Spain it's very common. There's like someone that's not from Spain, and they like, oh, he doesn't speak Spanish, right? And the Spaniard will just speak louder in hopes that they understand him. Do you understand me now? You're like, well, no. The problem is the language, not the hearing, right? But they always speak that way. I know that's just my culture thing, but
I don't think I've run that Philippines, but I know I've seen that in movies. You know, some Hollywood movies show that speak English louder. And then,
my grandparents who do not speak English, to all my partners who are all English speakers and not from Spain, right? They would always speak to them that way. My grandma would be like, "You're very cute." Okay, calm down, grandma, please.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah,
Get excited. I don't know. For me, what I see in typing culture in the Philippines, the weirdest one from like older generation is just random ellipses. Right? Just all like suddenly say okay ... How are you?
Scares me. That's true. Oh, that's the thing in Malaysia too. That is so scary.
I'm so annoyed because I'm like, what are you trying to say? I know you're not dragging out your sentence. What are you trying to communicate? With these
My doctor speaks like that to me here. It is so. Every time he goes, okay ... Am I dying? What? Just tell me now, doc. Be straight with me.
Your test results are back ...
Yeah, exactly. It's so scary, man.
At least we don't get that, players, as we do get the game back ... On pause.
Oh, jabs. Going for WS. Lots of dots here. Oh, never mind. Ignored. They killed Ollie, and that was enough. Jabs does not like to do anything without Ollie alive, right?
Yeah. You gotta have your wingman there. And they do.
It is a Timber song. It's probably the worst person to go against when you don't have your team plate.
That it is. You're gonna have to be a little bit patient. 21-13 Talon again. Sticking in this game, Aurora. Back to what we know the Aurora lineup in particular like to do. Turtle. You know, not necessarily looking for these openings, playing to their advantage, trying to keep scaling up, which, to be frank, their lineup, again, on paper, scales up a lot better. I mean, you're gonna reach the point where... I'm just staring at Q. You're gonna reach a point where he gets a BKB, and
Right.
he's gonna go for... I'm sure Q understands the concept. He's gonna go for Moonshard, Devour it, he's gonna go for Witchblade, and then maybe a Daedalus for fun, you know, or Silver Edge. Silver Edge is probably smart. He's gonna have that, or the Ocarina, if any of those items. So, I don't know what you do about Q if his positioning is right, and you know he's spamming out the Shadow Realm. But Talon, they'll take initiative again. They'll smoke up. Could find Savage.
Well, it seems like that's what he keeps happening. Oh, he baited them with the Lincolns. Another TP. They don't have X anymore, right? No time locks, huh? Oh wait, you can't. He's an illusion. I'm stupid. Ignore me. They do find a little piggy here. We're sending him to the market. But the market hurts. Q is forced to terrorize Timbers up, but there's a void here. And they even commit the rupture for Q. How much are they going to commit? There's a time walk from Ponyo to get close to Q, cancel that TP. But thanks to the really clever song on the siren here, right, Jabs? He gets saved. A lot committed here, though. Not level 25. Oh, he was level 25. That's why he had 2 ruptures.
Yep. It has a refresh anyway if he needs him on hand, so not the biggest loss in the world. I think the BKB's being popped might be a bigger window, but that cooldown's also not the longest. Roshan, a minute 40 away. And Talon have this opportunity to clear out a tier 2. So down to just the top lane left open for outer control here for Aurora. And Talon, they've actually got the map advantage on paper right now, which is a huge swing if you don't expect. You look at the graph in-game, sure the win probability is still towards Aurora, but look at how that network has swung. That EXP has swung. That is... Just a recovery like that is pretty phenomenal for Talon. Aurora, yeah, I don't think they're outside their comfort zone. This is starting to feel like a very much an old Talon game for Talon. This is their ballpark. Go late game, go for refresh in 23.
There's no Makoto, though. And he was kind of a clutcher in those late games as well.
That it is. I mean, I don't fault Mel for the heroes he has. Like, this is Death Prophet. It's not that kind of clutchy hero. So, it's really down more into Savage, more into Jabs, more into supports, really. Let's see with a smoke out here, Aurora. If they find this next fight, Roshan lines up for them, and the high ground opens up.
There's a smoke. It's still 23 Savage leading, which until now has not worked very well. So Armel is kind of covering that role of just at least tanking the rupture. He doesn't have Lincolns on himself, but no Roche yet. 25 seconds. They gotta be patient. I think Talon knows what's up though. They're heading straight for the Roche. And of course they don't know there's 25 seconds. This is just chance, right? It's within the realm of being able to spawn right now.
It is.
Jab. Oh, okay. He finds Akashi. Song. Right. What does this song lead into? What's the plan here, Aurora? They have Egg, they have Exorcism, they have Chrono. They're not doing much of the process. They're scared now. And they already got sold out here. The Chrono's committed for the Coca, but Chrono's from did get used before that. Luckily, the BKB keeps the Void from being stunned. And Yoe has the AO that saves himself from the Chrono and from the Willow, miraculously. Yoe will live, and the Chrono's rolled by the Rubik sets up, so Akashi can kill up on now. However, they have lost Yoe in the process, and Ponyo will pay for his sins here. As now, hit 23 Savage, he has been rupturing, trying to run away. Q doesn't have enough damage or sustainability. From behind though, Jazz best of Akashi. Akashi finds his way away for now, as they kill all 23 Savage, 6 WS. All these Egg finally finishes. That's not gonna do anything. Jazz is the last target alive here out of the cores. They kill Ollie first, he's the easier kill, but they will let Jabs go as a result. He tries to TP and he will succeed. They don't have vision on him. So Talon will miss that kill, but they will still kill Savage and Armel, who was forced to buy back. And
That's massive. That is so massive for Talon. Big stolen chrono. That fight, it looked like it was being set up well by Aurora, but they were too split apart for them to find an instant chrono or good egg position off the back of that song. And now Roshan is completely open for the side of Talon. Aurora, no spells left, even if they were up. Maybe you could try to be sneaky here with jabs and run up for the song now, but doesn't have something like the travels to get into that lane, so surrendering to that Roche. Free refresh shard on hand. Okashi could end up with more usage of the BKB and more ruptures if need be.
Oh my god, they can rupture everyone. They can even rupture some people twice. Imagine you're Void and you get ruptured in a team fight 6 times. That's your life. Oh my god.
If they find it, refresh will be on Akashi for now. Hands it over onto WS. I feel like maybe onto Yoe would be big, right? Double boat, double Torrent Storm. Sounds pretty nice. Double Ghost Ship Fleet. He has the refresh of his own though, so maybe not necessary. Just have WS try to be durable up front with double Hex. I think that's going to be huge.
Do you refresh the Aeon? Yes, right?
I want to say yes. I will honestly answer you and say that I forget. There's so many damn things. I think it should.
Fair enough. Okay. Because I think that was what the game winner in that team fight, honestly. Tanked the whole Willow, tanked the Void. And then, because he got the Torrent Storm off, he was still useful, right? So it didn't really matter. And I think Yo has found his sweet spot this game.
And he has. Like he's just
double
playing forward. Yeah,
I mean, oh no, the problem John didn't consider is, can Talon's computers tank a double Torrent Storm? I'm not sure about this one, actually.
Well, and as far as I know, they're not in boot camp, so they're using their own PCs. But so far, it has held up. To all of these Naga illusions, to the Torrent Storms coming out, it has held up so far. The Blood Mist particle effects, the particle effect from Inkswell. There's a lot of fancy particle effects. I dropped down to like 80 FPS, which is not bad. I'm not complaining. But on a PC that normally runs at 140. I mean, it's normally 144. It was 50% my FPS.
That was actually a very clever Inkswell play there. Use it on an illusion so that Q gets caught by it. But he can do it from further away, because obviously he prioritizes heroes. Always love seeing those small things on Grimstroke, who, by the way, has Shadow Blade, just so you can actually guarantee the Dark Portrait on Naga.
Like that. And they're using every tool they can on Talon, because they have to fight into just this overwhelming control if things line up for Aurora. The high ground, even with his Aegis, it feels very risky for the side of Talon. They need a pick off. Because Chrono is a threat, a good egg is much easier to pull off on high ground. You've got this Dark Willow who's starting to do a lot of damage back. And, you know, it's leading me to play a little bit safer. Giving Savage's room to just farm. Finds a Wisdom room for himself. Trying to rush into even more Talent spikes. Shoving in bot as well. So, it's forcing Talent to play slower for the Sages. Only 2.5 minutes left.
See what play they end up making. Because they give the Aegis as well to a hero that is not particularly a tower hitter, like you usually would at this point in the game, right? It makes it a little bit difficult for you to go high ground at all without the enemy team kind of making a mistake outside of high ground. That's one of the difficulties I feel like they're having here with Yoe.
Yeah.
It's not a misplay, it's just like, if you send Bloodseeker, he also dies, right? Just dies twice.
Yeah.
You don't really have a hero that can fulfill that role like a traditional carry would.
No, you have to kind of wait. And that's where Aurora shines. They love waiting on that high ground. This is actually the longest game I've casted in this closed qualifier, so.
Of course it is. Of course I came by and that happens.
Yeah, you came right by for the last series, Avo. Yep. In the nighttime.
Yep. Oh, late. Oh, it is pretty late for me. Yeah. It's okay. I'm ready for a long series. I think it's going to be an exciting series. I mean, look, whenever you watch Aurora or X-Talon or whatever, it's fun because not only do they wait for the late game, but they have some sort of weird pheromones that forces enemy teams to make really weird plays and make a lot of odd mistakes. And that is what makes Dota wonderful. I don't come here to watch good plays, John. I come here to watch whatever the clusterfucks are going to happen in these team fights are.
That is true. And who knows what sort of shenanigans we find ourselves into. One way I've found to end a game. One way I've found to end a game fast, Avo, is mentioning a tier 5 neutrals. We are.
Oh, so when you say it, the game ends faster?
No, it ends by 60 at the very least before tier 6 neutrals are relevant.
Okay.
So,
Dire's bottom tower is
Tormentor is not taken
What-
by Talon.
What is tier 6?
Tier 5 items. Tier 6 would be amazing. Tier 6 with 100 minutes would be fun.
Dire
Wouldn't
Okay,
that?
okay.
scanning.
Yeah,
You think that would be great? Ballista at tier 6? Huh? Huh?
No, I'm not
Yeah?
a big fan. Because then
Yeah.
Sunbeam would be like, guys, this is the time we play around now.
Yeah?
100 seconds.
Arc Warden comes
100
back.
minutes.
Arc Warden with Ballista, Sniper with Ballista, the
Oh,
best,
wow.
the funniest. I had to watch games with Jackie playing while I'm on Motivate Trust, where Ballista was on, Bench still had range aura, and it was just the dumbest thing to watch. I swear to God.
WS? Okay, this is an interesting strategy. Egg right on WS, he just flies away, literally. The ghost ship is not really well utilized. They can't joke him though. This means no Dark Portrait for this fight. Very major despite the fact that he's a support here. As the Conqueror starts to gain some time here. Using his Torrent Storm, there's the refresh to get more charges of that Rupture. He's down to 1 charge now. And the Swift Blade could go for Armel still. They should commit, and they will. Oh!
Chrono?
Team Rubik is the only one to get caught here. And the Chrono, which means they can punish Savage. That's the last charge of Rupture. Savage using his time walk back to the high ground. Akashi afraid to go up there, but WS is not. He looks himself like a
Oh,
BKB,
the
and now
damage!
finally
No
Void Guys
buyback!
goes down. There is no buyback on this Void. That is going to be Talon taking them to carry for 100 seconds. What is their play now? Roche is not up for 2 minutes. They gotta go for the high ground, no matter how scary it may be.
They've got the opening. There's no song, there's no egg. The song's gonna be up in a bit. There's a Dark Willow that can do some good damage, but you don't have the big damage items yet for the Dark Willow to really feel ridiculous with this Ag, so it's still manageable. They've got to find some. They've got to be able to rip through. They will start with the Dark Portrait drop. And WS just trying to get that space out for them. Kashi's still running his way forward. There's enough time. I don't know if Jabs can even get anything done with song setup here without anyone else on top.
Okay, Hex.
Oh!
That's dead Willow. That is one of your damage dealers down. Back with the buyback. Jabs still has a song here, but they have nothing to utilize it with. So Jabs is just kind of walking around, being a passenger, being an observer here. And then they catch the Willow. Oh, it was just at the very tip of the tidal wave, which we just pushed back. And now, Joker might a second time. This will be major. Yule Scepter. No, that's a Wind Waker. And it's not going to be enough to save him. Once Joker is down, they feel confident to go in, but Torrent is back up again. Drag to the Torrent to go. Sing away, Jabs. But the song is finally over. Akashi's ready to finish him off. BKB activated, committing to the skill. Jabs is dead, but does have buyback. He doesn't want to wait those 100 seconds. Talon, though, does want to wait. No Grimstroke, no Dark Portrait. They know their strengths here.
Play it safe. I love this respect from Talon, seeing that the respawns are back up, knowing that Chrono's not too far off from Savage, and they were in a pretty dicey position to overextend. They lose a pretty massive courier from WS. I believe that was his full Octarine being formed up, if I wasn't seeing wrong. And that also stalls out this itemization. But fun fact, I'm over 5 minutes away from tier 5s.
I don't know if that's what a
That
fun
will
fact
force
is,
him.
but okay. Sure.
I mean, it's going to force every time we say that, you know. Team 5 will break out.
I don't think that's how
Perhaps.
it works at all.
Maybe Roshan?
No.
Force Roshan.
I think he's gonna call. If you call Savage's name, he will make a team fight happen for you. Savage!
Savage. Savage.
Take your
Use
headphones
Chrono.
off, John. Take your headphones off.
Savage. Use Chrono Savage. On those creeps right now. Something
It's
will
actually
happen.
a very interesting play he's making now, just to cut the waves now.
Yeah, just stalling out. Roche in a few seconds. Spawn
Who
time.
The refresher
Favorite
shard, by the
topic.
way, was it the Grimstroke from the double Dark Portrait? It's been consumed.
I think so. I honestly did not notice with the entire chaos on the map. I know last time it was on WS. Maybe just gunning for again. Probably double.
Oh
hex
no,
or
it was.
double-
Oh, it was definitely his. Yeah, because he does the double BKB. Yeah. He
Yeah.
didn't have refresher. Yeah. Okay.
Gonna gun for it again. Another Roshan. Another refresh shard. And just GG's.
Okay.
Get
Once
to it.
again, you give it to the Timber Saw.
So it just gives you a lot. Like double BKB, double hex, I think is still pretty good.
Yeah.
This Roshan is not going to take long.
I think double BKB is pretty major. His Windmaker's also been utilized pretty well this game. It reminds him. It's kind of like the Ursa build where you feel unkillable on this Timber Saw.
It just goes the way of
Akashi. Okay.
Shard. Refresh does go to the WS and freezes up. Smoke out from Aurora. If they find an angle, perhaps it can open up here. Talon staying relatively together in the same area, but not too close for a chrono. Something they've been really disciplined about. Savage working on a cliff spot to catch an unsuspected passerby.
No, this would be a great passerby. Is he going to commit the chrono here? Okay, they got rid of the A on disc. But the song by Ponyo stops his initiation completely. Taurus also got up there, forced to use the egg. There's the goal. Savage does catch two very important cores, but is lacking the damage. He has to set little for one. It's going to be Yoe. Now going for WS. He's some better passes. The Wind Waker's hitting WS for a while. The stolen chrono now as well. For the second chrono on Savage. And he targets the Bloodseeker. Eckerson dealing a lot of damage. Savage's already dead, but they got rid of one life from Bloodseeker here. Can he bring him down again? Will they even try? They know it's not really worth it. From behind though, Jabs is trying to keep the enemy team busy. He's very far away from his team. Is they go invisible with so bright? They have no detection nearby, just the gem on Grimstroke, but he's too afraid to overcommit.
Oh man. Savage just melted to the blood mist. It's turned on. From Akashi. It actually works out. Buyback is out. No chrono for a bit. No double chrono for quite some time as well. Talon, this is an opening.
That was an offensive Yule. I was questioning what happened there with another player. So many Yules escaped. Jabs, what? Okay. Jabs is initiating. Jabs is bleeding, but he doesn't care. He's TPing now, and he's fun. He used BKB and Sun though for that. I am not sure what that was.
I think he was just trying to see if he could get a pick off. He's trying to sneak around right now with that full silver edge.
Sure.
Does pop the A on disc at very least, so Jokam's not as safe to look for these dark portraits. And Talon, without the agents, is not willing to go high ground. Again, they're pretty far. They play it safe. So a lot of excitement. 20k lead for Talon. Aurora hanging on. Again, has that threat for the team fight, but yeah. So anyway, 1 minute until tier 5s.
Alright. Is that a fun fact too?
It's a fun fact, yeah. Fun fact. 1 minute.
Fun fact, it's 10:30 right now where I live. Is that a fun fact to you too, Rob?
You don't think it's 10:30 for me either, Avo?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I don't know how the time difference works between Philippines and Malaysia.
Hey, what do you mean?
Do I look like a geographer to you? That was a very
knowledgeable.
Is that 4 steps longer than you? I'm going crazy. Never mind. He still has Chrono, by the way, on this ruling. Ponyo could still initiate.
Invisibility.
How long does he have on the Chrono? Like 150 seconds? 3 minutes? I think that's enough time to utilize it. Wait for tier 5s first.
Of course. They've got the advantage there, Talon. A couple of good tier 5s. A Seer Stone, perhaps, for Ponyo or Jokam would be massive.
Oh lord, a Seer Stone would be so good.
Oh man, every time a game hits that mark where tier 5s come out and I don't get Seer Stone, I always feel depressed. I mean, this is not fun.
If you're a support, it's very good. It's very good.
Maybe Mirror Shield or the what's the one that refreshes? I forget its name now.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina would be amazing as well. Of course.
Oh yeah, Ex Machina for Timber actually might be pretty pog.
Just double Windbreaker, double BKB, double Hex.
Yep,
Basically
yep.
a 25 second BKB as well, considering how spammable that refresh is. So more uptime for fights.
Mirror Shield already for the Conga and for the Void. I mean, Mirror Shield on Aurora's side is really strong, obviously, because you're dealing with Rupture and X being your... And even... Oh, Dark Portrait as well, actually, I guess. Yep. I wouldn't even consider that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's gonna be a little bit harder for the side of Talon. Can you find any more? Everyone's just going to farm.
We're all getting to the point in the game where, honestly, anything can happen in these team fights. And even Aurora has seemed lost in the team fight for the past 20 minutes, so right now it's going to be a wild ride for them.
Giant's Ring for good old Jabs. Look at that.
Giant Jabs.
Giant Jabs.
People say he doesn't play enough strength cores, right? So he's just made Naga a strength core. Suck on that, Jabs.
That's it. Just does it for you. Giant's Ring for Akashi. It's pretty fun. Oh, they've got a nice save. Book of Shadows up from Ponyo. That can absolutely ruin a Chrono.
with the Ags, actually, this giant ring actually makes a lot of sense, right? You're just kind of you're like a pudge right now, really, on the Bloodseeker.
That's what ends up happening.
You said you
out.
hated Necrophos. Imagine Necrophos with more mobility. That's what Bloodseeker is right now.
Oh, that is true. To an extent. See where the smoke leads us?
Indulge me, John, please. Jonathan, please indulge me.
Q will indulge you by perhaps dying.
Okay, they really wanted this kill. I think it's fair to use the Chrono is about to expire anyway, but interesting choice by Q to farm there so aggressively. He does have buyback though. And look at Jabs! He's walking from the sides, he got the song. There's the Chrono. And the song is yesterday, and this don't nullify, just destroy it, and that's gonna be a dead YOLO. They know what they want, and they want these 2 beefy cores, and now they do have the damage to kill him. Now with the help of the Willow to deal with a Timber Saw. Wind Waker, not available, because he's booked a shadow for that. Yep. Akashi is trying to find Jabs directly, but he's realizing he's just not that strong in the late game, and they still want WS, want to get rid of him. His BKB, soon to expire. Armel, nearby. Book of Shadows once again saying WS. But he's still in a space where they should be able to chase him down. Nullifier hits his Windmaker once hand. Can something cancel his TP? WS found the perfect spot! And 23 Savage, like a drunk driver, just misses it completely. Akashi at least gets away here. But that's still going to be 2 dead for Talon.
2 big kills this time for Aurora. Roshan still a ways off, so you're not going to have that advantage, but opens up the map for them. You are seeing the damage issues start to ramp in here for Akashi. Not able to really deal with Jabs anymore, and with the nullifiers up, taking care of this front line for Yoe, not as big a deal. You have to be really on point now with your Book of Shadows usage coming out here from Ponyo, which he was. It's just that in the initial Chrono, he wasn't quite in range, so they missed out on that save opportunity. Let's see what Aurora can get done with this. No double Chrono for a while. No Chrono for a while as well. So Talon might be able to hold out. They might drop these outer towers, but they have a slight Rax advantage, not a big one, with just the range up top. There is some play here.
Gets away with a Wind Waker for now. Savage though doesn't care. He wants the towers. That's the objective. No extra for 22 seconds. 23. There's the Mirror Shield coming into play. Sees the opportunity to go for Timber, but wait, there's no Chrono. You gotta be patient here, and they know. I respect it. Over by this time, the Kunkka's already back, and you've lost the advantage you garnered. Sec, FPS, yep. Sure.
It has been dropping. At some point, I saw myself get 40 now, which is rather interesting.
God. And for someone as privileged as you, John, that would be horrendous, right? How could you possibly play on 40?
I got LASIK surgery for this.
Did you?
I got my eyes changed for this. Yeah, I'm not wearing glasses anymore, Bravo. It's been a full year.
I didn't know you used to wear glasses. I only met you without glasses.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. That's why that's why I had sunglasses in Stockholm. It's fresh off the surgery.
I don't remember. Oh, is that where the meme originates? The bat chest meme?
Because I had to wear the glasses during the DPC casts. Because I literally get blinded by my ring lights and my screen.
I thought
felt
that was
too
a
bright.
fashion choice.
No,
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was. I just came off of eye surgery that year, so
yeah, that's pretty good. That's good lore.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's a good John and Mike lore, huh? Wow.
Lore deep in Savo.
Everything that Richie and I have done is 100% for the broadcast. We've never suffered any sort of medical issues. In fact, you know, Richie, those white patches on his face, it takes like 30 minutes of makeup before each cast.
I've seen that in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The vitiligo thing. I mean, like, his belief that's a real thing. Come on, I've been joshing for years. I'm actually American. I'm not even Spanish. My name is actually John. That's fuck. I was gonna go for Jeff, but I was talking to you for so long. It's
My name is John.
My name is John. I'm from Wyoming. What's a normal U.S. state? Boston.
California, I guess.
California. There you go. Like you know, I'm like John guys. I just go by like Sanchez. I guess it makes sense. There's a lot of Hispanic people there. But there are no Hispanic people in this game, John. In this game that's going for 65
I mean, there are a lot of Filipinos. if you'd want to count
Does that count? I don't think that counts.
Somewhat.
How many people in Philippines speak Spanish, would you say?
It's-
Percentage-wise.
Well, actually, Chavacano, there's maybe about 1 to 2 million,
Yeah.
which is Creole Spanish, but they can understand
a lot of
Spanish.
people.
When they speak to you, you wouldn't understand them.
No, that's like most people I speak to, though.
Ah, that's
So,
fair.
yeah.
I barely comprehend what you're saying right now.
It's true. My English is not very good, unfortunately.
What?
In general, my my ability with languages is not very high, right? That's why I have to spread it
Oh.
out. Yeah.
That's not the implication. It's that the implication is that you talk over my head. You're just too high concept for me.
Oh, I see.
It's not a negative thing.
Oh, I was just joking around. I mean, so I don't know if you know, but the reason I learned English was because I couldn't speak Spanish very well. So that way, people in Spain think I speak English better, and people in America think I speak Spanish better. And it's like a cop out. There's no way.
See.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Avocon.
Yeah.
see.
I met a bilingual person once though. Couldn't talk to him. Just kind of ignored him, pretend like I was a mute. He really caught on to my drift. It's fucked. People still think that at TI I translate, but genuinely, I'm just making it up. That's why it's so hype when I talk.
Oh goodness me. Heads up, Yo is asking Armel if he's still asking for more, and then handed him a tip. So I think he was asking.
Are you
Armel
still
if he's
asking for
more
more?
tips.
That was
I
BM,
think
right?
asking for more tips.
Oh, I see, I see.
Perhaps it might just be friendly banter. I don't know. I'm at the point where this is some expanded John X Fire lore. I'm normally on 1 meal a day. I'm actually crashing really hard right now. So
Are you on
I have,
one meal right now?
Yeah. Well, I had a little. I had some soup, powdered soup, because I knew I'd actually get tired at this point. So I'm not comprehending at all. What's
That's
going
fine.
on
I've
this
only had a bowl of cereal today.
There you go. What's your choice of cereal, Avo? I'm to be
It's
judged.
Fruit Loops, very sadly.
In God's name.
Yeah.
Fruit!
Why did
I
you
actually-
do this to me?
I actually enjoyed them, but there were some flavors in those Fruit Loops I didn't enjoy. God, now I want some cereal.
It makes my it's just like sugar, right? That's really
It is. I mean, that's all breakfast cereal.
my favorite one is the one that has the chocolate inside, little pillows. You know, those are really.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, I love those.
those are-
They-
But they're very expensive.
They're very expensive. It's so good.
Yeah,
What's
they
good
call
is the
them
game-
Tresor in Spain because they market it as a French cereal, which is very funny.
French
As like high class French cereal. Ooh, I don't eat Frosties, I eat Tresor. You know, that's the vibe. Yeah.
What? I thought it was just American. Isn't it all just Kellogg's or some crap?
Yeah,
It's all
no,
one
but the
company, it's all
Tresor,
high-
specifically those are the French cereal. They're the high class ones. That's what they cost. Like 25 ringgit. That's how much they cost here as well.
Legitimacy cereal is. Oh, there goes the Dagon's up for WS. This is the point in the game where you do stack that up in the champion. Legitimately though, cereal is just one. It's just a million ways to repackage high fructose
Sugar.
corn syrup.
Yeah.
That's it. Not even sugar. It's high fructose corn syrup. It's not even actual sugar. So
That's why my favorite cereal is I just put M&Ms in milk, and that's
you know, now you make me want to have some of that. Thank you, Alva. That's gonna be my dinner later to break my 1 meal a day. Just load up the sugar.
that's what I do, you know.
That's what you do. You wake
Yeah.
up in the morning, grab.
I
You
load
don't
up
even
on
mix
sugar.
and roll, don't you? You grab
No,
a
of course
pack
not.
of M&Ms, shove it all into your mouth, and gulp down some milk. You don't even chew the M&Ms. You swallow the damn things like tablets.
Yeah, today's the first day I've worn a shirt in the past 2 weeks. And that's why we got it on camera. So, anyway,
Roche
Rush is
Roche.
happening.
Big one for Aurora to find, but
What is
here
it,
comes
fifth?
Count. I can't count. I
Sorry, you
know.
went
I
fast genius
did.
today. No, I apologize. Yeah, that's fine.
Roshan goes.
Who gets Refresher Shark? Or Bell? Okay. Guys, I think they're doing Roche. Oh, they're definitely doing Roche. WS. Flying to safety. Okay, there's a corner of the Coco, just like last time. But he has a
Shadow.
this 23-7. He's done. He's done fighting here. He just got hexed. What's happening?
One life,
He launches his first life here. I think it is it. That's it. Aegis, goodbye. Yamso is here. And Jam has been seen. Jam is soloing. Jam is going to throw. Sorry, die. What's happening, Aurora? They haven't had their cereal. They're also on 1 meal a day. 23-7 is trying to escape here. But if BKB's over, they can catch him. There's the refresher just to get a second time walk. He does have another BKB though. They're aware of this. And Akashi, as a normal carry would, gets distracted by Ancient. And lets Jams go. Lets Savage go.
That's
is
a big win.
Dota. This is what I want to watch. This is what I came here for.
Right, like they take Aegis, they instantly lose Aegis, they lose jabs, so now the advantage is gone. When will this hell end, Avo? What? No, 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 no. This is the logical conclusion of this. It's Talon versus Talon. What game ending are we ever gonna see? None. It's never gonna end.
I don't know. I don't know, John. I feel like Double Grandson got the memo there, and they're trying to kill off the Dark Willow. Luckily, they have BKB. Refreshes for a second BKB. Also, I think refreshed actually for the TP. And now it's on the second BKB. Very clever usage there. Yo, and Kunkka, and Snare, Silence, stay on this. Okay. Still has a Torrent Storm. Used it. The Soul Blind's annoying this Death Buff ever so slightly. And they have to deal with Jokum's illusion. They lost the Rubik though, which has been very important.
They lose Rubik, but they force the buyback in jabs, so they're still in an awkward position for Aurora. And here we are. This is peak Talon. This isn't Aurora versus Talon. This is Talon versus
Talon,
itself. The spirit of Talon versus the spirit of Talon. And this is what Talon games are. 68 minutes. 78 minutes. 88 minutes.
This is why Sumbi is losing hair little by little. It's not that he has any sort of balding, he's just literally pulling it out every single game. In Lima, I'm pretty sure I saw Sumbi. I think he was sweating more than the players, if I'm honest with you. And they were in 40-degree weather.
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
In the boots.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense for any Talon game. I when I watch Talon game, at some point I try not to watch it. I just go to sleep and hope for the best. Because when I watch the games through, we lose. When I give up, that's when it happens. And well, if that works on both these sides, then well, I guess no one will just win. We'll be stuck here, Avo. Kuala Lumpur will come up. We'll be still in this lobby.
That's convenient because I already live there, so I don't need to leave this lobby, John.
I don't know what happens to me. I don't know how I'll end up in the event, but I guess I'm done. And
you can come live with me. You can come cast from. I'll just cover for like with the one flight. I mean, by then Talon will probably take one more Roche at most. That's as far as we get for the 3-hour flight.
Do you have cereal there? No. We have M&M packets and milk.
I do actually have M&M packets and milk.
And that's all I need. And some milk. Okay, that's all I need.
I also have tea. That's the two things that are in my house perpetually.
Who cares about that? Who cares, Avo? And mind you, watching that CC content, I do not know how you couldn't do a tea.
I am in general not a very skilled person as a human being. I struggle to walk, so I feel like Titarik is above me.
That is actually true. I've seen this in person.
Yeah, my gait is fucked. WS, he's been feared, but he doesn't have any fear though. Between the Inkswell, the Wind Waker, this Wind Waker item in the late game makes it very ridiculous to play. Thank God Kunkka got some sort of upgrade, because otherwise it would suck to play.
And would. I don't know what I'm seeing. I can't tell if it's lag or my PC is dying, because now I'm at 40 FPS nearly constantly. So I'm very thankful to Talon for providing me with this gameplay. To both Talons. As
I have to pause for FPS. Mine was dropping for the first time this game, I will say.
I so desperately want to see something happen.
Are Aurora in a boot camp right now? Because are they?
I don't think so. I will say that. I don't think they are.
For the supposed insider of SCA, it sucks that you can't tell me this. It's really disappointing.
No, I legitimately don't know. Like,
I'm aware. That's why I'm disappointed. I don't think you're lying to me.
No one tells me anything. I can barely tell these guys who are my friends to use my voice line. No one tells me. I know Talon isn't. Again, due to the last-minute nature of the roster, it's not. Aurora has been in the works for a while, at least 2 weeks. I can confidently say I think this roster was being formed about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So there's a chance they are. I'm not entirely sure.
Just a leaker, huh? Have you considered making a Twitter account? I think you could have a name for it.
Yeah, with an underscore to start off with. That sounds really great. That's the way.
They just gave the Timber some blood rage, guys. That's how you know we're desperate to end this game. Timber, please, you're the only one that can go high ground. Have my attack speed. Have it, please. Save me from this game, Timber.
You're not thinking far ahead. It's for the spell amp.
Oh, right,
On the
for the Dagon.
For the Dagon and for the flamethrower push. That's it. They should
That's
do
true,
this.
actually. This is genius.
X mark the Timb, blood rage and flamethrower the tower. Come back. Easy. That's it.
Actually, maybe it's because of how late this game is going, but I like this. How much does Dagon hit with a blood rage amplification though? So Dagon right now doesn't calculate the spell amp, but he has it on him. So, blood rage gives you 38%, so almost 40.
Yeah.
So what, close to 1200 or so?
Yeah, around there. Maybe 1,100 is a safer bet.
1100 more or less, yeah. That's not bad. You know, if it wasn't the current meta where everyone has 4k HP by accident, like the Willow has 3.6k HP, her only strength item, he has 2 strength items. Timbersaw, finally caught. Is this the moment where Timbersaw, they're coming to Supernova. Now, I don't know about that. Was that a misclick? That's like an opportunity. Or is this a bait? Is it a genius bait? Is that what they were playing the whole time? Look at Munsticker. He's so fast, but there's a Lincolns. Even the speed of sound cannot stop this special reflecting ball.
God. That gigantic DP is terrifying. They don't find a kill. They force out Chrono. I don't know. Chrono.
Is
they
this-
force out. Yeah, yeah. Release.
Giant's ring? Did she get bigger? I swear she wasn't this big.
Yeah. She has Giant's Ring.
Yeah, but was she this big before?
Yes, she was. I remember. Or Mel. Yeah, 72.
He comes
Yeah,
to your nightmares. Yeah. Oh, fun fact.
Fun fact, it's 72 minutes. How long do you think this game will go?
I hope it's 100. I hope we get an 140 minute game.
I haven't had 100 in a long time, so let's go for it. Go for long.
I think it's time. I mean, high ground is scary. Neither of these teams can push. They both seem very committed to throwing, so I feel like it's the game for it. Oh, Savage talking about throwing. That was close. He doesn't have boots anymore, by the way. That's why he's so extremely slow. He should have bought Ags by Bell, actually. I'm kind of surprised he didn't have Ags.
I think he opted for what the main short consumption does have.
Okay, Chrono for the Timber. They finally see an opportunity. This might be enough to kill Timber. He's solo. Well, he'll have so slightly stunned. Dagon, Windmaker coming in double part. He's feared. He can't take on anyone. Oh, he's committing. The Timber.
How is he alive?
He windwakes himself. WS is not going to die today, my friend. And the Cornerstone now with a double rupture. Plus the flooding. Puts the Void in difficult position. As Savage is down, Armel will be next. You tried to kill WS, but in this game, WS kills you.
That is just insanity again from the side of Talon and Aurora.
Right,
They're
so-
just not being able to find that kill.
What was the first Yules? Or did he just have 2 Wind Wakers? Oh, his Ex Machina, of course. Ex Machina, that was why.
Yep.
I was so
Yes,
confused by that second. Oh,
I think they managed to get this clutch Book of Shadows towards the end as well,
Yeah,
as he was
yeah.
just kind of sitting there. So it's just doing so much work. They have one more Chrono to play. They have an egg ready. They force this buyback. No buyback and jab still. Can they make progress on this high ground at last? Can Talon do it? Please.
Blood Rage him! Blood Rage him! It's your chance! He's using the Wind Waker again. WS has learned his lesson. There's still a Savage alive. There's no jabs though, so this seems like a really hard play to commit to. Okay, there's a backdoor protection now. That was the wrong time to push. Farming, not through it. Where there's a will, there's a way, says WS. Little by little. The Tortoise wins the race. I'm running out of analogies for this type of... That's how slow he is.
Early bird gets the worm. Second rat gets the piece.
What? I was thinking
Yeah,
of like
rat-
little engine that could. I don't know what birds have to do with this. Phoenix is a bird.
This is not a bit. I literally don't know what I'm saying.
It's amazing.
Fair enough.
I'm gone.
Okay.
I'm gone as they speech. Where's the blood rage on the flamethrower? Why aren't you
I don't
doing this?
understand. What is the
This
lack of
guy-
blood rage? Biggest misplay in the game, honestly, is the lack of blood rage on this Timber.
Blood rage flamethrower. It's 38% on 80 damage per
And
second.
there's so much attack speed. He gets a whole. 100, no, sorry, 80 something attack speed.
AKB forced. But Ex Machina does not matter. 20-second cooldown, BKB, who cares?
Endless Wind Wakers.
That's
Burns down the forest, Dagon's an illusion. Timber chains a tree for spike. They're pushing though, John. Like, these towers are falling.
slowly but surely they are. Jabs has managed to respawn. Buyback is now available for him as well. So Aurora has managed to stall to a point where they can take this. X-Mark, there you go, that's the play, right? X-Mark flamethrower.
They're trying to yoke us, but they're doing it correctly now. Oh, no, they calculate that very well, actually. They have so many yulls in this game that this X-Mark play is very dangerous. This is why they weren't doing it until now. Big Nagas in the trees, big Nagas see a Timber. A Timber who has Timber chain.
Fine.
They found the void again!
Oh.
Savage!
No buyback! Savage!
I think Savage used to buy a GPS. What's the gap going on? He's lost again.
The chrono is such a big part of these openings. I don't know how you do it now.
I don't know. 100 seconds without him. They have to be Jabs kind of carrying here. This is very difficult. Very good order. They kill the Willow. That's your damage as well. Wind Wakers. Okay, by a teammate actually. That will save it. Willow's alive. You can't lose your damage. Ponyo thinking he's like Willow. He's not. You have to be a little more respectful of this. They did get a rupture. I'm not really sure onto what. And they try to bring down this humongous Death Prophet. There's WX. Don't know that, going back in. Oh, a lot. Kirkman as well. The contract against Armel. Armel will fall. That goes for the end. They need some cover, but no, it's not going to be enough for the song. They can't destroy the Phoenix. He will live for a couple more seconds, but gets hit by the Torn towards the end. Only his Book of Shadows will survive for now. As Yoa just backs out. Aeon has been triggered. He knows he can go back in. He's forced to anyway. As the Bloodstick doesn't really know what to hit, he's just going to go for the tower. Tower can't move, so tower is the easy target, and that's exactly what Akashi will destroy. As Yoa finally falls here to the Dark Willow. They're slowly dragging the Timber Sun to the face. That's how desperate they're becoming. They need to make this play. It's not going to work. Akashi gets the kill on Q, and Q is down. Buyback immediately. And he tries to hit WS again. Akashi back for the Tier 4. Now goes to the Rubik. Ponyo ace trouble once again. Saved by the Ink Swap. Now the time walk. These supports are actually too hard to kill. And it's only Q trying to deal the damage here, but it's a desperate futile attempt at stopping these big hunky dudes from destroying your racks or your Tier 4s or whatever they decide to go for next. The ensnare play's not gonna work this time thanks to the mirror shield that she gets pulled back anyway. There's the song again trying to save the game. Jabs get closer. Jabs does it. He refreshes. Sing again. This is like an endless carry.
The illusion is hitting it.
He gets the BKB up. He's hitting the Willow instead. He doesn't want to go for the ancient. Finally the ancient, but the song triggers again. They're outstunned. It's over.
Talon!
Talon beats all Talon.
In no world!
Confirmed.
In no world would anyone